So let's talk about something important and something very, very interesting as well. I heard this from some guy who used to work as a CIA government spy way back in the 2000s. He was working in Afghanistan, and I think Pakistan and several other countries in that region when the when the United States carried out their war on terror, I guess you could call it, and also obviously the American invasion of Afghanistan following the 9/11 attacks. So the CIA had plenty of spies in that region, and I assume they still have plenty of spies, but whatever. So this fella, John Kiriakou, I think his name is, told a story about how he managed to recruit an Al Qaeda terrorist to give the CIA information, and here's pretty much how it all unfolded. So I believe John was stationed in Afghanistan in some village. I don't know whether it was Kabul, the capital, or some other remote village. I don't really know, but let's assume for the sake of the argument that he was stationed in Kabul. Now John was speaking, I believe, fluent Arabic. He might have been fluent in other languages as well that were being used there. And so the CIA knew that a group of terrorists, and this group was particularly interesting to them. They knew that this group of terrorists would gather every single day at 10 a.m. in the morning at some coffee shop and have coffee, which is pretty hilarious, really, if you think about it. I mean, speaking of which, I'm having my coffee. You're a group of terrorists, and you plan to do malicious attacks. You plan to kill innocent civilians, all for the benefit of your country, or to change some to acquire some political point. You're planning and plotting to murder innocent people, and you gather around, which is obviously illegal, right? Everywhere you are, it's illegal in Afghanistan. It's illegal in Pakistan. It's of course illegal in the United States. I would assume it's pretty much illegal during the entire world, or over the entire world, excuse me. So obviously what you're doing is illegal. Well, then you can't be gathering at the same place at the same time for coffee. It's so dumb if you think about it. And I mean, I kind of wish, or I actually don't kind of wish, I hope and really wish that the terrorists are still as stupid as gathering at the exact same spot to plot your malicious attacks at the exact same place at the exact same time. It's so dumb. Anyway, so this group would gather there at 10 in the morning. John would enter the restaurant at around 9:30 or so in the morning, so he would already be there and reading, an Arabic newspaper and, drinking his coffee when the terrorist group appeared. So in the beginning, he was trying to get eye contact with them, just, looking over to them, looking them in the eyes, etc. And so the goal was simply to get some sort of contact, just connect one way or the other with one or more of the guys. And so eventually, gradually, after a week or so, one of the guys nodded to him like this. And John probably nodded back, I guess. And it kept on like this for one or two more weeks. Then at 10 in the morning one day, only that guy walked in and approached John, and they started talking. And long story short, John managed to recruit the guy to give the CIA information, actionable information that they could use to carry out their clandestine operations and probably arrest more Al Qaeda members and so on. And in exchange for that, all the guy wanted was really to go back home to Egypt, to Cairo, to his family. Because supposedly, if I remember correctly, this guy, John, would approach the terrorist, immediately and ask, like just informally, hey, how's how are you? How's your family? How's everything? How are you doing? And so on, and blah 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 blah. And they started talking, got to know each other. And so eventually, he revealed who he was. He said, "I'm really an American. I'm working for the government. I'm working for the CIA. We would like to know some information, and we'll give you probably whatever you want." I mean, I don't know how he presented the offer, but basically that was the offer he gave. And so that's obviously a big deal, managing to recruit an Al-Qaeda terrorist as an American when America was the sworn enemy of Al-Qaeda. And so here's the important point. Here's the persuasion point. Because all the man wanted was to go back home to Egypt and see his family. So he got some money to start life all over again. They put him on a plane, and he probably still lives in Cairo with his family today. So John asked the guy, after arrangements were done and after they gotten the information that they needed, he asked the guy, why did you allow me to recruit you? Why were you persuaded by the CIA? Why did you allow this to happen? Why didn't you say no? And the guy said, look, I've been in Afghanistan for 5 years. I just want to go home and see my family. I haven't even seen my son. You were the first one who asked me about my family and how my family was doing. Think about that. That guy was primed for someone to ask him about his family. That was it. That was the way to make the sale. And that's what John did. And that's what you should be doing as well. You need to find these primed and ready to buy potential customers and then ask them the magical sentence. Present them with the magical offer and give them the vision, and they will buy from you. That's the power of persuasion when done right. If you want to learn more about persuasion, then get subscribed to my email list. The link to do so is in the episode description wherever you're watching and or listening to this, and I'll see you there.